Welcome to another episode of Around the Big Ten. I'm Natalie Iacopetti, and I'm so happy to be back here with Lucy. Lucy, I definitely missed you last week.
Yeah, Natalie, I missed you too, but I just had to take a break to process Purdue losing to Rutgers. But if I was on last week's show, I would have told you guys that I was picking Ohio State over Penn State, but we'll get to how I was right later.
Wow, you've been gone for just 1 week, and it only took you 15 seconds into the show to start bragging about your picks. Anyways, it was a pretty easy week pick for last week, and Wisconsin would get past Illinois. The highlight of this game was a trick play where offensive lineman Michael Dieter went into the Badger touchdown. Wisconsin remained undefeated on the year with a 24-10 win.
Michigan got it done against Rutgers. Head coach Jim Harbaugh gave redshirt freshman quarterback Brandon Peters the go-ahead over John O'Korn, and he did not disappoint. Peters led Michigan to score 3 touchdowns on each of their first 3 drives, and Michigan ran away with this one 35-14.
As expected, Maryland and Indiana featuring a high-score, tightly contested matchup. Maryland was down 33-28 before rallying with scores from Max Borschlager and Jake Funk to take this game 42-39. Poor IU is still without a win in the Big Ten.
Northwestern shocked the Spartans this week, and they needed 3 overtimes to do it. In the third OT, Northwestern quarterback Clayton Thorson hit Flynn Nagel with a 22-yard touchdown pass, giving Northwestern the 8-point advantage. And then 2 big plays from the Wildcat defense helped secure the 39-31 upset over the 16th-ranked Spartans. Well, Michigan State, we certainly feel your pain of an overtime loss in Evanston, and it is not fun.
And Lucy, try not to get too upset, but Nebraska beat Purdue 25-24 in West Lafayette this weekend. The Huskers managed to ease a 12-point deficit in the fourth quarter. That was capped off by a 13-yard touchdown pass from Tanner Lee to Stanley Morgan Jr. with just 14 seconds left to seal the victory. And Lucy, not to try to make things worse for you, but Tanner Lee didn't throw a single interception.
Yikes, that one hurts a bit, but at least I can be happy about correctly picking OSU Penn State. So let's head to the horseshoe. Ohio State rallied from being down by 11 with just 5 minutes left in the game. JT Barrett had a 16-yard touchdown pass to Marcus Ball with just 1:48 left in the fourth, giving OSU the dub. Barrett had a career game, completing 33 out of 39 for 328 yards and 4 touchdowns, including 3 in the fourth. Ohio State knocked off number 2 Penn State 39-38.
Wow, Lucy, what a big week in the Big Ten. So what are your thoughts?
Well, we have to talk about Ohio State, Penn State. That's super big for the playoff race and for the Heisman race. I think that this game with Iowa this weekend is huge because Iowa has the opportunity to do what they did to Michigan last year and ruin Ohio State's playoff chances, which is what Penn State wants. And I think JT Barrett's numbers, they're Heisman worthy. So are Saquon Barkley's, but Barrett threw more touchdowns than any quarterback in Big Ten history this week. So, I mean, he deserves it too. But we also are forgetting about Wisconsin. They're kind of the forgotten team in the Big Ten right now. They're in the top 5, they're undefeated, and they can compete with those teams too.
Yeah, well, we know that Ohio State heads to town this weekend, but let's take a look at the other Big Ten matchups. Wisconsin heads to Indiana, and Penn State will face to Michigan State as they both look to bounce back from tough losses.
Illinois will try to get its first Big Ten win of the year against Purdue, and Northwestern will go back on the road to face Nebraska.
Maryland will travel to Rutgers, and Minnesota heads to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. Well, Lucy, it just looks like another busy week here in the Big Ten, but what are your picks for this week?
So for this week, I'm going to go Penn State over Michigan State. They're both coming off tough losses, but Penn State just has too much talent. Purdue broke my heart by losing to Rutgers, but I still think they're going to get it done against Illinois because Illinois is just bad. I'm going to pick Northwestern over Nebraska, although Nebraska is coming off that win over Purdue. I think Northwestern is just really hot right now, coming off 2 strong wins. And Michigan over Minnesota, they're both kind of struggling, but since it's in Ann Arbor, I'm going with the Wolverines.
And I would totally agree with all of those, and I do have Wisconsin over IU just because Wisconsin is undefeated right now, and IU still hasn't won a Big Ten game. And Maryland over Rutgers just because Maryland's been playing tougher than the Rutgers this season. But that's all we have for you today on this week's episode of Around the Big Ten. Be sure to tune in next week for recaps and more, and you'll probably also see Lucy bragging about her picks again.
Well, Natalie, what can I say? You're probably right about that one. But don't forget to watch Daily Iowan TV every morning live at 8:30. I'm Lucy Rodin.
And I'm Natalie Iacopetti. Thanks for watching.